First of all, I would like to tell you a story. 120 years ago, some guys in Cambridge decided that they should create a flying plane, right? They tried, they spent a lot of money, but there is only one problem. Two brothers from the US, which were previously building bicycles, actually managed to do that before them. And though the name of those brothers were the Wright brothers, and they got into history mainly because they were the first one managing to invent a plane, right? Roughly in the 1920s, 1927, some guys in Germany actually patented something which resembled a transistor. Only 40 years later, in US again, some guys managed to build that transistor and and companies such as Intel and the whole idea of Silicon Valley started. As you can see, Europe actually starts some things, but we are terribly bad at continuing them, and we are keep doing that for 100 years or so. We've been through two major world wars, and honestly, the Americans actually helped us win those wars. Americans actually helped the Russians in the Second World War, right? What happened right now in Ukraine is quite simple. Europe lost its competitive advantage, its technological advantage, and there is one big argument for that. If we are looking on the top 10 or 50 technological companies in the world, we are not going to find in the top 10 one single European company. Within the chip industry, right, actually the current gold, the current oil is the chip and the semiconductor manufacturing industry. And although Europe helped Taiwan become the technological superpower today, Europe is totally irrelevant. And of course, there's one more thing. There is one pink elephant in the room, and that pink elephant is the artificial intelligence. And ChatGPT and BART is not artificial intelligence. That's statistical aberration. What's coming on the horizon is something far more powerful, and it will change not only the society, but the way the states are going to function. It's quite possible that in the future, just like Jean-Jacques Attali mentioned earlier in one of his books, that we are not going to have states with my-fair corporations, and we are going to have super states. And the reason for a divide between East and West in this condition is a total nonsense. Because it's not about us right now, it's not about East and West, North and South, wherever, Africa, global South, global North. What's coming will impact us all. And it's no coming back from that. In the invention of the electric power actually affected every single people on this planet, right? Artificial intelligence will be far more powerful than that. And there are some dangers here, because no one actually wants to have Robert G. Oppenheimer's dilemmas, right? And in order to do that, the European Union needs to do one simple thing. We cannot regulate something which cannot be regulated, honestly. So we need to somehow learn to work with what's coming. We need to adapt our societies, we need to adapt our institutions, our states, our way of thinking, because what's coming is far more powerful. I'm not going to tell you too much about what we are doing at CyberSwarm, but we actually created something which resembles an artificial brain. It's a physical artificial brain. And honestly, we are discovering we are at the edge of the science, and what's happening there has more profound implications than we initially thought. We are not talking about chips here. Thanks God that Chinese are doing something similar. Thanks God that the Russians or Korea is not doing the same. Because if we would like to preserve our way of living, our freedom, our democracy, we need to stop thinking in terms of East and West, North and South. Yes, at this point in time, we need to follow the Americans, we need to show them some solidarity. But here in Europe, because we are living here in Europe, we need to stop thinking in terms of, I don't know, the Westerners, the Easterners. Doesn't really matter, because just like Jonas said, innovation can appear anywhere. And Europe needs more than anything right now, this kind of innovation, which can ensure, I don't know, a much better future for all of us. Thank you.